What do patent attorneys wish inventors knew before that initial consultation? Hey everybody, I'm JD Houvener, owner, founder, and patent attorney here at Bold Patents Law Firm. And I guess the things I would want an inventor or someone who is just getting started with inventing to know before our first call is that what they're going to talk about is confidential. That's probably number one. Maybe I'll think about a couple others here as I go. But let's dig into this first piece. And it's about trust. And yes, this idea might be revolutionary. This idea might be your baby, as it's called. This is something you may have been thinking about, working on for years. And you finally decided to pick up the phone or to book a discovery call with a law firm that you've never met with, right? Maybe there's no referral connection. It's a cold reach out. And what attorneys want and spend the first few minutes on is building rapport. Just saying, hey, I'm another human. Yes, I'm a patent attorney. Here's my name. Here's my bar number. We're obligated to keep this conversation confidential. As an attorney, you have attorney-client privilege. And so just calming the inventor down, getting them to the point where they're not anxious or worried or breathing heavy and frankly just paranoid about what the conversation is going to hold. And so that is one thing I wish inventors would have some more comfort about, is that when we get on a call, when we get on a video meeting and have a legal consultation, that is something special. That time is between you and your attorney, and you have privilege over that discussion. What you're going to be talking about, what you will talk about with that attorney will stay confidential. You can trust your patent attorney. And in a lot of ways, you must. So many inventors are so worried about their invention, worried about getting it out, losing it, risking by sharing even a little bit about it, worried about plugging it into Google or to ChatGPT or one of the LLMs. And while some of those fears can be rational, in general, and my now almost 15 years doing this, it's never come up where there's been a problem. Usually, nobody cares. Let's just say it. Not as many people care as the inventor thinks. Okay, and so there's usually no reason for the paranoia. And so once we get past, if we can get past that hurdle, we can get to some really great conversation about the invention, helping the attorney understand better in that meeting what it is you've come up with, so they can appreciate the scope of invention, the detail, we'll say the maturity level of the invention, and also the complexity. And the attorney will be able to give you better advice, better recommendations for the next step. The attorney can really only give a solid consultation, can only give as good of advice as the questions are asked. In other words, garbage in. If you give a really generic, wishy-washy description of your invention because you're worried and you don't know this attorney, the response is going to be a wishy-washy, not so sure, tentative, very red tape, legalese response. And it's not going to be the result you want in that consult. What you really want is direction. What you really want, should want anyway, is an answer, a legal opinion on what they recommend you do next. It's like when you go to the doctor's office and if you weren't willing to show them your cut, your huge gash, you're hiding your cut. Why would you want to hide it if you want a solution, if you want an answer, you want to get healed and resolve your solution? You have to reveal the whole problem. In this other scenario, you've got to be able to show your whole invention. Share with us everything you've got in your head about this invention, all your worries, all your concerns. Lay it on the table. The more you're willing to share and be vulnerable, the more feedback, the better advice, the better consultation you're going to have. So that's the big one, I wish inventors had more trust and confidence in the attorney that they're speaking with. But it's probably human nature to not trust immediately, right? Or was it Ronald Reagan? Trust but verify. Donald Rumsfeld. Trust but verify. So if you can do as much diligence before the meeting, maybe some things you could do would be to go look up your attorney that you're meeting with. Go to the uspto.gov and look them up. Make sure that they are a registered patent attorney. That means that they have a bar license, valid bar license in at least one state, and they've taken and passed the patent bar exam. That's the same exam that the examiners have to take to become patent examiners. So to get there, they have to have at least 4 years of science degree, 3-year law degree, and have taken and passed 2 separate bars. These attorneys are very qualified, and you want to make sure that they have the credential they say they do. So do your homework, make sure you know who you're talking with, and then breathe. Trust that they are going to have your best interest in mind. Know that the conversation must be confidential and that you are protected. And if you want to be vulnerable, you're going to get the most in return. All right, buddy. Hope you have a good day out there. Have an awesome one. Go big, go bold.